Alright, this video response to the reloading press, reloading room.
If it takes my life, that'll be okay. My past is burning.
I think. Anyway, going brain dead here. Asking how we do our load workups. Well, I'm going to do a load workup. You can see that good or not on that middle projectile. That's a Lee Tumble Lube 452 200 grain powder coated. The one above it's a Lyman 452 460, but it's grease groove. I've got a ton of these things I've still got that I haven't shot. I changed over to powder coating. And then the bottom one there is another different Lyman 452 630. I just put it in there to show you that there's several of the semi-wad cutter type projectiles we can cast, but what I try to determine is how much dry band surface do I have. And you can see that the Lee that I'm going to load has the least amount if you measure it from front to back, but that's really not saying anything because we don't know about how much back pressure each individual one really represents. All we do know is that the powder coated presents a little bit less pressure, maybe 25 to 50 feet per second, depending on what your sizing and your bore is. Let's see, here's one I've got loaded with bullseye. I've been using bullseye and I'm tired of using it because it's so dirty. So now I'm gonna work up a load that is with 700X. That's my old powder I used. It burns real clean. I don't know why I switched to bullseye, but I did. It was faster, so I experimented for a couple years with it. Now I'm done with it. So this one's loaded to 1.18. What is that, 1 or 2? 1.18. 1, okay. And that is that center projectile right there. But that's a bullseye load. So I go over here to the book and I look at the projectile here that most copies the one I'm going to load. That's the top projectile in the middle. Alright, that top projectile is this one right here. 1.161 overall length is what they suggest, yet I'm loading 20 thousandths further out. Alright, so with 700X, they tell me 4.0 to 5.2 is my load spread from min to max. Generally, when I work up a load from scratch, I'll just pick a spot right in the middle after I've considered how much space I'm taking up in that case by the comparison I just showed you. But generally, I end up right in the middle somewhere. But since I already have so many of these loaded up already, this is this one here, that Lyman we're looking at in the book. That one's 839 feet per second. I'm using 700X, 4.7 grains, 200 grain lead semi-wad cutter, and I'm using PMC brass. And of course, always use CCI primers, 300s I think they are. So anyway, what I'm going to do today is I know that since these numbers here come from that particular Lyman mold, and it seats deeper, so it's making more pressure, I'm going to start out with 4.8 grains with poly coated. I know I'll probably have to kick it up some. But that's just how I reason it out. The other thing is that I want to shoot a round that is a major power factor. So that brings us over to here. Major power factor is 180 plus. Now, James Pollard told me that. I've looked up on Willie Leaks or whatever they call that thing, Wikipedia. and they list all kinds of freaking power factors for whether it's your primary gun or your backup gun or what caliber. So and they're all less than 180. So I'm sticking with 180. I don't give a crap. I'm not going to compete. I just want a major power factor in my gun. So feet per second times the weight of the round, which is minor average 203.4, divided by 1,000. I want it to equal 180 plus. So if I turn this formula around and get rid of that 1,000 there on the left side of that formula there, that would be feet per second times 203.4 grains equals 180 plus times 1,000. So if I want to isolate the feet per second, I've got to divide by the 203.4. That brings us into this part of the formula. Feet per second equals 180 plus times 1,000 divided by 203.4. Then we do the math on that, and I see here that I need at least 884.9 feet per second to make 180 plus power factor. So I'm choosing 900 feet per second. It's just a number I like. Both my pistols like it, and that's what I'm going to shoot for when we start testing these rounds. Next, I'll show you how I make up my workup rounds on that Lyman T-Mag 2. Alright, I hope you're not too confused, but that's the whole shittery right there.
And I'll be showing the lights as I get my life turned around.